been doing like this stuff ever since.
It's huge, man. People think it's like you got to beat up your body. It's going to get stronger. It's going to get stronger. It's like, yeah, eventually, but you get to a point where it breaks.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I'd break it down. Dude, I need to turn this thing off.
Yeah, whenever you want to start.
Shit.
You're scared to start.
Nah, I'm never scared of shit, man. I'm just having a good time with this thing.
Yeah, that thing's amazing.
I'm always good. You kidding me?
Well, throw on the headphones.
All right, let's do this, man. Damn. Good stuff.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. I got my good buddy, Jason Tollefson, the mindset athlete, the one and only.
Yep.
Welcome, guys. And thanks for tuning in for the latest episode of this Juan Time. Again, I am joined by Jay, sitting in his lovely home. And my man, you told me you got a lot to say. Let's break it down, man. Where do you want to start?
Oh, man. It's I'm tired, man. I haven't had a day off since April. Ever since this quarantine, this pandemic hit, it's just been, life's been upside down for everyone.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I've been out here working with these kids. I feel like it's something that they've really need, especially during this time. A lot of things have been shut down. A lot of these kids have been stuck at home. Yeah. Behind their computers, forced to stay at home. I mean, it's not fair for them. Yeah. And so this program I actually had, this was something I had before the pandemic hit, and it was huge before then, but now it's really, really important for these kids to get out there and stay active and be healthy. So
yeah, it's huge. Well, not only are you outside, so like you were able to kind of continue what you were doing. You're outside, you can stay well in distance, but ultimately, exactly, you're in the sun, which is great for you.
Vitamin D.
Yeah, and you're working out, you're exercising. So not only is your body getting stronger, but your lungs are getting stronger.
And this is a respiratory, and the COVID, it's respiratory, and so like a lot of these kids, this is your natural vaccine, like what I like to call it. So
yeah, that's good, man. Right. We forget about that. We forget that everything's connected. What you eat, what you drink. So if you're treating your body right, you're just giving yourself the best opportunity to combat any alien force attacking, your body. So, what you're doing is a good thing physically. Yes. But it's a good thing mentally. Mentally. It's
been huge for these kids. Because like I said, a lot of these kids, they're just stuck at home and they don't know what to do. And they're just kind of, they need to get out and be active and be healthy. So.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. But I think you touched on the greatest part is the mentality. What it does on our minds. We're social beings. Yes. And mental problems weigh on us more so than the physical. The body will adapt. It can get past some, pretty heavy things. But our mind, it's so strong. But those issues that we encounter, I think, weigh on us a lot more heavily than a physical ailment, man. It's huge. That's why the placebo effect is a thing. Like you can take a sugar pill and trick your brain into thinking that you're taking actual medicine and you will get better. Yes. Yeah. So the mind, which is why you coined yourself the mindset athlete, because it all begins.
Mental. It's mental. Yeah. You gotta, it's the thing is the reason I called it that was I was sitting at this exact table years back with my ex-wife, and we were sitting here talking about what I was going to name this business. And I said, well, it's all about being mentally strong. Yeah. It's bigger than just training. Training was just like a platform. Yeah. It for me to get this mindset across was just to be able to work hard and train hard and be able to persevere and get through anything, no matter what life throws at you. You got to be able to take the punches and get back up and just keep swinging. And that's where the whole mindset thing originated from. And now it's just kind of taken a mind of its own. And now I get to go out there and train these kids. And at the end of every session, I tell these kids, them to get in a circle and scream hard work. Yeah. And man, I hear it just echo through the neighborhood, and seeing their faces, and like they just went through this absolutely grueling session of training, and they're just like, yeah, hard work. And they're just, it's awesome to see that like I've accomplished this. It's It's huge.
It's fuel for everybody there. The parents get to see it, and it's like, whoa, that's my kid out there, man.
It's actually, working their butt off,
Yeah, and they see the proof. The proof is in the pudding. Is that the saying, right? Because I see some parents out there, man. You be posting some pictures, and I see some parents getting engaged.
Oh yeah,
like they see it, man.
They love it. Parents even actually jump in and train. So
yeah. I know. I passed by. I don't remember when it was. I passed by one time. Well, I used to pass by a lot more when the kids were going to daycare here. Now they're out of daycare. But I passed by one day, and I was like, I wonder if Jay's out here. For sure, bro. You were there, and I was like, man, I want to stop by and say what's up. But I had to keep moving. That was in the summer.
That was in the summer. I remember you driving by in the summer, and now it's crazy because even neighbors, they're like, man, I can't believe how huge this thing is now. And I'm like, yeah, it's bigger than this park now. I need more space. I need more room. There's just so many kids, it's wild, but it's something that was needed. And so I provided that. And, I never wanted to do it. I never wanted to do any of this.
Really?
Never wanted to do any of this.
No.
I never asked to do any of this. All I wanted to do was I had to volunteer and help these kids. And I just felt like there was a need for it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's exhausting. It takes more out of me than, to give these kids this much energy and to train all these kids and work with all these kids and to get them going every day takes a lot.
Because you're doing what, 2 a days?
2 a days, 7 days a week.
2 a day, 7 days a week.
Since like April.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah, no days off. But, it beats the crap out of me.
And I get your emails too, man. I'm on your email list.
Yeah, I don't
got a kid involved, but I see that, man.
It's that's a lot of work too. But it's gotten to the point now where like I can only send out 500 emails a day. And now I got to send out like different days worth of emails because there's more emails than I could send out one day because it won't send. So.
Oh, really?
But yeah. And I just put it out there and like I don't advertise anything. I just put it out there. And like I said, I spend so much time and money and effort on this thing. Like I hate money. I don't do it for the money. I never did it for the money. I did it. I spend more money on it than like.
I see your equipment, man.
Yeah, I've spent so much, but I'm like, man, the kids would love this. Oh man, the kids would love this. Oh, imagine how much happier the kids would be if I provided them with this.
Yeah,
I'm like, I gotta get it. I gotta get it for them because it would make them happy. And like I said, I go out there. I drag power racks to the park, and it takes me 2 hours, every day to get out there beforehand and drag them out. But I know how much the kids will get from it and how happy they get and how much they love it doing the TRXs. And I just sacrifice everything for them because I know they need it, and it gets them happy, it gets them going, and, and it gives them energy, and that's why I do it. But it's like a mindset for me too. I got to go out there, and I'm like, man, it's hard, but I do it.
Yeah, you got to plan out the workout. Yeah. You got to keep stats. You're taking pictures.
I'm my own photographer now. So this past year, what I accidentally did, I took pictures of some of the kids training, and I posted it on the social media page, and it's kind of popular, and so I just keep doing it. So I'm like a photographer at the same time. It's like 80, 90 hours a week of work.
Dude.
And people think like, you just go out there and set up and it's fun.
Dude, I'm telling you, you gotta delegate. And I know you're having a hard time, with letting people in.
It's hard to
pass your baby, the ball, man. This is your baby.
Yeah, it's hard to pass the ball, man, because you're scared other people are gonna not shoot it well and miss or something. You just you want it to be good.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you need somebody to come in and do the clerical side of it. So it can free you up to do the real passion. I mean, it's nice. It is good to be able to see the stats and all that, but it's very time consuming.
It is putting those spreadsheets together with the measurements. I'd like to get it even better though. I like to get everybody their own personal page where they can go and they see the numbers from season to season to see how they progress and get better.
Dude.
But that's what it's all about. Honestly, you know what I really want to do, and I haven't really told anybody about this, but I'd like to do like a huge Olympics.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, the kids would love this. Like if I rented out a high school and had like hundreds of kids show up at once and they compete in like an Olympics and there's different events and they get to compete in like in their age group. And it's it would be like, man, if I was a kid Man, I would be like, wow, this is awesome. And they get to win medals and like,
oh man.
I mean, this is just an idea, I thought, but I'm like, the kids would love it.
Heck yeah.
So like, that's something I want to try to do here in the future.
Definitely something we can work towards. I mean,
yeah,
you already got so much attention without, like you said, without doing any ads.
Yeah.
Without, it's all word of mouth, man. Yeah. You're just posting it up and people show up.
Yeah.
And it comes from, like you said, you didn't ask for this. You didn't look to do this.
No, I never wanted to do it.
So it comes from a different place. It's like you're not in here like, oh, how can I make money?
No,
here?
I hate money.
You know?
I hate money. I don't like it.
And so that shines through in the work because you see the passion.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how many times do you have to jump in and show these kids what's up?
Oh, I love jumping in with the kids. They love it. They love it when we get in. I even have cleats, like, because I know they like, oh man, those cleats are cool. I want to get cleats like that, and you know, I jump in and train with them, and it's fun, man. I mean, they want you to be able to do it too. You know, they don't want to just be like, oh,
yeah, you're not just sitting in a freaking lawn chair and saying, hey, this is the next exercise, go do it.
No,
you know, you're
like, this is stuff we actually did. Like, this was a passion of ours, was to be like the best. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, I mean, this is something that we've put a lot of time and effort into, and to make like the best program ever. So, yeah, it's good stuff.
It's very good stuff, man. Mm-hmm. But the only thing I could tell you, man, is you're telling me how tired you are. I'm just saying, hey, let's delegate, man. Let's get some good people involved.
Just like today, I was out there. Like last night, I was out there. I ran 2 sessions. I was out there from 2 to like...
And it's starting to get warm.
8 o'clock, yeah. And then I go back out there this morning at 6 a.m., set up everything, and then I train, and then I still volunteer. After that, I get done at like 11, take everything home, clean up, get back out there at noon. And then I coach like I do a wide receiver cornerback practice at noon, and then a U9 team at 1.
Is that specifically for a school?
U11. No, it's just kids that I coach. Then, like I said, you know, I mean, that's how I started. I just was coaching all these kids because they needed someone to coach their teams. And, and they just, you know, so I spent a good, 9-10 hours out there today, just out there at the park, just working with kids, man,
And that's what we talked about when I first came in, man, because it's we can lose sight of the bigger picture, and start focusing on the stuff that's nice, but it doesn't hold as much weight as what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. What you're teaching these kids and the parents from sitting on the sidelines and watching, man, creates little ripples.
Yeah,
it goes out into the community. Mm-hmm. And they're taking what they learn out on this field and becoming better individuals.
Being passionate, man.
Yeah, being passionate, taking pride in your work,
hard work, and and just just being proud, and just
I did
out
that
there and never giving up. Just having that fight, that energy to just, no matter how bad it hurts, no matter how bad the struggle, just keep swinging. Never give up. Like, you don't have to be the best, you don't have to be the fastest. Yeah. Just don't ever stop trying. Like that right there is bigger than anything. Like, if you could take that, I don't care if everybody's going to get faster. They're going to train their butts off. But if you take anything from it, like, the training is just a platform to teach these kids, these young kids, how to fight and never give up in life. Just like, life's going to hurt, man. You just got to keep fighting.
It is, man. That's why we look at the people, and I would even
lump
to be able
to give these kids this gift is huge, man.
It really is, because like I said, it creates those ripples, man, that they're going to take what they learn here, and man, they're going to look back and think about when they learned a lot of these virtues that you're giving to them, you're bestowing upon them, man. And like I said, life is tough, man. So you have to, when we see people, and like I said, I'm gonna lump you in this group, man. The people that are out here, doing it for the right reasons and always have a smile on their face and pushing others, like, just trying to do the right thing and seeing the good in people and all of that. Like, people be like, man, that's corny, but you have to give it off to those people because life is hard, man. It's easy to be an asshole. It's easy to be cynical and always look at, the bad side and all of that. It's like, you have to be a realist, but we have to, like, hats off to the people that are always trying to push the positivity and the growth and progress in others.
Right.
Like those are gems, man. You're a gem.
No.
Hey, I'm gonna say, hey, you're gonna say what you're gonna say, but I'm telling you, this is how I feel. Okay, this is how I feel. What you're doing out here for these kids, man, is huge, and it's stuff that's lacking in the world today.
Yeah.
For you to put a chant out there for hard work, hard work. Yeah. It's not easy work. It's not, hey, let's scoot by. Nah, man, you're going to come out here and we're going to push each other.
Yeah.
For, an hour and a half.
90 minutes.
90 minutes, man.
They get worked.
Kids getting out here for 90 minutes. That's huge. That's huge.
They get worked.
That's huge,
They get
man.
worked, man.
You're going to get to a point where you're having to break down the walls that you've put up for yourself and saying, hey, this is as much as I can handle. Hey, this is it. And then you realize that it's like, oh, dude, I got way more inside of me, more potential inside of me than I realized. Yeah, I've been there, man. I've had certain coaches where it's like, damn, I didn't know this was in me, like this person was able to bring this out of me. I played a lot of soccer. We show up to practice and it's like, man, I hope we get to score on goals. Nah, man, the first month of practice was nothing but running, conditioning, athletics, ball handling. You didn't get to shoot. Like, nah, man, we're going to get all this other stuff that leads you to that one moment, the one moment in the game where you have an actual shot on goal.
Right.
And so we go up and the coach would be like, all right, new exercise. And we're like, yeah. And he's all right, let's go run some laps. It's like, it's
funny
called running.
At football practice today, with the teams, and this is volunteering, like I'm out there for 4 hours. And so we'll come out an hour beforehand and we'll spend time doing a lot of technical work, which is just running routes and catching the ball and basic stuff. And then for the practices, we'll just spend the whole practice doing technical work or tactical, and we'll be running like how to like break down defenses and what type of motions we're gonna run and so all we're doing is 90% of the time we're just working on our passing, like and like if we can set up this pass and get these passes game going and the play action going, we'll dominate in the run game. And it's like we're just building up our weakest link, and you're just like and so it's a lot of
it's repetition.
It's repetition. The kids hate it, but when we get in the games and they go in there and they start winning, they're like, "Oh, okay, I get it now.
I can execute this a lot easier, a lot cleaner, a lot more." You can sell a fake, because you're hammering that home. It becomes second nature, man.
Yeah.
That's you could always tell the teams that
it's not
put
fun.
in the work, man.
A lot of the kids are like, "Man, this is fun. I get to go play football," and they go out there and like, "This sucks. Man. This isn't what I thought it was going to be." But once we start winning, like, okay, I get it now.
Well, again, that leads me to our other point where people can look at where you've gotten now and see all the people involved and, you're doing all that. And it's like, oh, I want to do that. I want in on that. It's easy, man. It's easy. I can do that. And it's like,
you don't want it.
You don't see this other side of it, all this work that goes in. It's honestly, all the work. You see, you make it look so easy because of all the hard work behind the scenes.
There's days when I don't sleep for 2 or 3 days at a time because I'm writing up programs. I'll spend like a whole day, like even just a session in the afternoon, a simple Sunday drop-in session. I'll spend 12 hours focusing on like, what am I going to bring out? How am I going to set it up? What I'm going to work on with the kids. Even if there's only a handful of kids that come out, I just dedicated a whole day to working with those kids. And it takes a lot out of you, but you want it to be the best no matter how many show up. And like I said, it's tough, man. It's hard.
Yeah, but again, that
but
shows.
That's what makes it good.
That shows, man.
And there's days when I've had hundreds of kids come out, and I'll spend days and days just writing stuff up, and I won't sleep at night. I'll think about it when I wake up all night, and I'll be like, oh man, I gotta run these sessions, or I gotta do this, I gotta do that, or like you'll
be sitting, you'll be laying in bed, and all of a sudden you're kicking.
You're and I'm like, okay, let's run this, okay. And you want it to be perfect. You want everything to be perfect because you want these kids to you want it to be top of the line for all these kids. You don't want to disappoint them.
Yeah, man, because they're coming out, they're spending their time, their money to get out there.
And the parents are driving them out there.
Yeah, man.
Get the sessions.
You gotta come correct,
and you gotta get them. You gotta get them the work they need.
Yeah,
and you can't. It's like it's serious stuff. There's a lot of responsibility. A lot of expectations you got to meet, so and you don't want to let anybody down. You know.
So, what are you doing, man, to unwind after a day, man, a week, 2 weeks?
There is no unwind. There's no time off. There's no days off. There's nothing. It's just go, go, go. Like, this is life now.
How long do you see yourself going like this, man?
As long as I need to. I got to do it. Because, I do it as long as they need me. As long as there's a need for this, I'll be there for them. Like, I don't care, like, about me. You know, I mean, I do. I got to take care of myself. I do.
Because you gotta maintain the longevity to be there for the kids.
Yeah, but like I'm just I'm just doing what I got to do to, what I feel like I'm here for. So I'm pushing.
I see. Well, right now you're looking good, man.
I'm hanging in there. I'm doing what I can. So
you're looking good. So I'm gonna say, hey, go right now. But real soon you gotta.
I might hit a wall.
You gotta have a 2-month session with that Theragun there, and a Mai Tai or something.
Right. Yeah. Just relax.
Yeah. Go post up at the W or something.
No, I'll relax when it's time to go. It's just go until then. There's no time to relax. There's too much that needs, too many people, too many kids that need the energy. So I'm not going to stop.
Yeah, man, you're savage.
You got to go, man. It's a mindset.
Well, if anybody can do it, it's you, man.
You got to go.
Yeah.
You can't, you got to keep a smile on your face and just keep pushing. No matter how bad it hurts, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how tired you get, you just got to get up and go.
Yeah.
And just suck it up and go. So, you got to be able to walk the walk. You can't just tell people to do it. You actually got to do it. So
that is true, man.
Yeah, there's no breaks. Just go and deal with it. So,
well, I'm gonna tell you right now, you gotta do a little bit of self-care.
Yeah.
A 30-minute session with the Theragun ain't enough, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you gotta meditate.
Yeah, probably right.
You gotta do some meditation and maybe a little bit of yoga.
I did yoga once. I did Bikram yoga for like an hour. It's the worst hour of my life.
Yeah, man. It's just tough.
It was horrible.
I do that. I do that in my garage. That's why I love when summer hits. Because I'll do yoga in the garage, man. And it's 117, 118.
I've done that though. Like I said, I lock myself in my laundry room with the treadmill and I put that thing uphill for like a 9% incline. I go like 8 miles straight in like an hour. And it was like hot Bikram yoga in there. But it was like meditation. But that's what meditation is for me.
It is.
Exercise is meditation for me. Lifting weights.
Yeah, it
get
can
out
be.
there. That's
sure.
meditation for me.
It is.
That's my meditation. So
yeah, because you're focused on the task at hand.
And you forget about everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is.
That's my meditation. Sure. So as long as I got that, I'm good.
We'll keep pushing weight, man.
That's all I can do.
Hey, if that's where you get a little bit of some self-care, man, that's it, man. That's huge because if you take care of yourself, you're able to come out and help these kids for much longer and give them a better experience because you're not worn out, man. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you right now, you're looking good, all right?
I'm going to keep going.
I'm not worried about you just yet.
Nah, don't ever worry about me. I'm just going to keep pushing and going. I'll never stop.
Yeah.
I'll never stop.
And I know these kids know that, man.
Yeah, I'll never stop. I'll never give up. As long as there's any kid that depends on me, I'm going to be there. I don't care how bad it hurts. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for him. So
I know that to be true, man. So you have the combine coming up. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about this combine tomorrow.
Yeah, I know you are, man.
Man, this AZ combine tomorrow. It's going to be up at Saguaro High School. There's going to be like 100 kids, 7 to 14. I've got my son who's actually going to get to go. He's 7.
Yeah.
And, he's excited about it, man. It's a big event. They got music going. They got all these NFL players up there. And I'm going to bring one of my interns. He's 14. He's going to go up there and compete. Man, he's so excited, man. These kids, they love that platform to be able to go out there and like all the hard work they've done and be able to go out there and just kind of show what they've got. And so, I'm excited about that tomorrow morning. There'll be like over 100 kids, and I'll be out there just warming them up, training them, getting them all hyped up, and like it's just like, man, it's I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
like just to be able to 100 kids at once, man. It's just like, man, that's dope.
So what kind of events are they doing?
Oh, they're gonna do measuring speed, change of direction, power, a shuttle, and a vertical, and 40-yard dash and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're gonna compete against each other, and they're gonna get nice highlights of it and stuff like that. But, I get to go out there, get them all hyped up, get them going, and hang out with them all and try to inspire them all. And then I get to do some agility work with them after and get some competition and agility going. And it's going to be fun, man. These kids are going to love it. Just, being able to give these kids a good experience, and that's all it's all about.
So you get to rub elbows with some other cats in the city, maybe on the west side or North Scottsdale, that kind of do what you're doing?
Yeah. Nobody does what I do for as cheap as I do it, and provide as much as I do. And that's the difference. Like, I've seen people do what I do for like 3 times the price, 4 times the price, and they just go out there with some ladders and cones and call it a day.
Yeah.
They get their little certification, and they go out there and they feel like, they're worth that much. But like, I bend over backwards. Like I said, I go out there with like I said, I probably spent like over 20 grand on equipment last year.
I see it, man.
Like 20, 30 grand on equipment. Like,
yeah.
I've like I didn't even count how much is coming in. Like,
no, dude.
I just was like, man, I gotta buy that.
I saw one photo that you posted, and I was like, oh, it's got some was it TRX bands?
Yeah, TRX. I bring out power racks. I bring out 5
you got the power racks, and I'm like, oh, he's got a power rack. I was like, oh no, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, oh my god,
I know, like, we come out there with crazy stuff, but like, it keeps the kids engaged, and we give them some like advanced training. Like, they're not going to get training like this anywhere.
No, man.
Anywhere.
I never got what you got.
No, they're not going to get this anywhere, everywhere. But it's giving them that experience, and so, like I said, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. So
yeah. It is when you're interacting with the future of our society, man.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility.
There is a huge responsibility in that, yeah.
And then another thing I've learned over the years is not just beating these kids up and pushing them, but giving them, like, telling them, like, great job, good work, And that's another thing I've learned over the years. It's like they want to feel accomplished and stuff like that. So,
man, they're young adults.
Yeah.
So treat them like young adults, man.
Yeah.
Reward them when they accomplish something
they
good.
Try. Yeah.
And then be real with them. It's like, hey, man, you're sending this home. You're just kind of like, you're half-assing it, or you're better than this. It's just they're young adults, man. They're not just kids,
right?
It's like you got to talk to them and show them that respect, and you'll get it right back, man. Right?
It's huge. It has so much. I've noticed that you could get so much if you just tell them. If you give them tell them, that was great, that looked good. They'll give you everything they got. If you just push them in the right direction, man, they'll fight for you. They look up to you.
Yeah,
they look up to you. They love you. It's crazy because I'm like, dang, all these kids, they listen to me and KB out there, and they look up to us. So it's a lot of responsibility, but
yeah,
it's awesome. So
well, that's big, man. So another little thing I'm gonna sprinkle on you, man. You said that they love you a lot.
Yeah.
So I would just say to make sure that you're allowing yourself to love yourself as well, man, because they love you, so they see the good in you. And don't beat yourself up too much, man. Don't say, just saying, like, make sure you're able to get some of that self-care, to bring it right back, man.
Yeah, I'm always good. I'm a rock.
I know you are, man. That's why I'm trying to break it down a little bit. Be like, hey,
I can't be broke. No.
Hey.
No, I'm good. I'm always good.
Good, man.
I'm always pushing forward. So
forward is good, and that's why you chose the logo you have of that. The dude exploding off.
Yeah.
Lean forward. Lean into the hard work.
Right. Don't back down.
Mm-hmm. That's huge.
It is.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for you to go perform tomorrow.
It's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah.
I love a big platform. I love because the energy is just ramped up times 10. The bigger, the better. The more, the better.
Well, how many news teams are going to be out there? Do you know?
I don't even know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Mindset News is going to be out there with their camera, right?
I gotta bring a camera. Yeah. I bought my own tripod, and that's how I'm like my own photographer. So I got there and screenshot everything, and so I'm gonna go out there and get some photos. So absolutely.
Yeah. It's going to be some good homegrown advertisement.
The more kids,
for you,
the
man.
better, man. The more kids, the better.
Yeah. Cast the White Net, you're able to influence a lot more of them.
Give them the energy. Give them energy,
So you haven't been balling lately then, huh?
I haven't had time. Damn. And everything's been shut down.
Yeah.
Like all the gyms have been closed, and I actually went to LA Fitness the other day to see if I could even go shoot some hoops, and they were like, "We took the rims down."
What?
So I was like, "Well, I guess I'm not gonna be shooting hoops here."
Jeez.
But things are starting to open back up. So,
they are.
I mean, I'd love to get back out there and play some ball again. I love to compete. I don't even like basketball. I just love to compete. Like I don't care if it's Uno or checkers, or I don't care if it's volleyball. I don't even know if I like basketball. I just love to compete.
Yeah,
I love competition.
The competition.
I love
you love to test yourself.
Yeah,
see where you stand.
I've been in like I said, I'll go swimming, and I'll swim and see if I can swim like 4 miles straight without stopping, just to see if I can do it. I love to push and test my limits.
You should join my team for the Spartan race, the stadium.
Man, I'm all about it. I love it. Anything, come on, man. Whether it's times or I'm in.
Yeah,
that's all you got to say is I'm in. I'll be there. I love it. I love competition.
I'll send you the link, man.
I love it, man.
Please.
I don't care what it is.
Let's see. I want to see you in your element there in the competition.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm ready to go. I don't even know what it's involved in.
No,
it, but
you
I'm
didn't
ready
even
to go.
know.
Like I'm excited about it. I'm all hyped up. Like so you said the word Spartan. I'm like, that sounds like fun.
Spartan race, man.
Sounds like it's gonna be painful. I'm all in.
Stadion.
Let's go.
Stadion.
I'm in, man.
Let's do it. I'm gonna send you the link. We're gonna do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. We'll do it in some. I need to get myself some mindset clothes.
Dude, hey, yes, I'll hook you up with one of these shirts and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll get you one done.
I love it. Yeah, I'll definitely take. I'm extra sexy these days. All right, extra medium.
Hey, I got small on right now, so makes me feel like I look buff, but I'm just still tiny. So it is what it is.
But you're explosive. You're agile.
Yeah, quick like a cat, man.
So quick, man.
Yeah.
So basketball's gonna be open back up, man.
Yeah.
So you never hit the parks or nothing, huh?
No, I didn't really do it.
Well, I mean, if you're doing 2 a day, 7 days a week, you ain't got the time.
I'll lift weights and I'll sprint hills and I'll go do exercises on my own, but I just haven't been able to play ball. But but I'm still as sharp as ever.
Yeah,
like I'm ready to go.
Well, you've done it for so long, and I'm sure you've trained real well. So I mean, you got the muscle memory just to get a 5-minute warm up and you back at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I see highlights of your kid killing it.
Oh, man.
Flag football.
Yeah, Isaiah, he's a different breed, man. he's a special kid. That kid.
He just turned 7 or so.
He just turned 7 in March, and
wow.
Man, he like I said, true story. He would come in my room and wake me up at 2 a.m. and be like, "Dad," he's like, "Wake up." I'm like, "What's the matter, dude?" He's like, "We got championships to win. You understand me?" Like what? I mean, he was like 6 years old, but what kind of 6-year-old thinks like that? At 2 a.m, they all night long, all they think about is just winning and competing. But I've driven that into him, and he's just like I said, he's been training with me since he was like 4, doing double sessions every day, and like he'll be out there when it's 110 degrees, help me set up, help me break everything down. He just wants to work and compete and be the best.
God, it's beautiful.
He's a beautiful, and that's what I try to put in all the kids. But he gets out there and, he gets into the games and, he'll score 7 touchdowns a game. Nobody can guard the little kid. He's like a ball of lightning, man. But the fight, the energy, the passion, what I've been able to give to him, it's beautiful seeing that, But I want all the kids to have that energy, that passion.
Yeah.
To be successful and compete and to be the best, or just do whatever, even if it's not sports, anything, just try your hardest.
To be the best.
Put effort
that
into
you
it.
are.
The best you can be.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Don't ever give up. Just keep fighting. You don't have to score 7 touchdowns a game. You just do the best you can, and just.
Yeah, you can walk off the field holding your head high and be like, "Yo, I left it all on the field."
Exactly.
I fought out there.
Yeah.
You fought not only your opponents, but you fight yourself.
Yeah.
In those moments where you're really tested.
Exactly.
It's like, what are you made out of, man?
Did you give up, or did you just keep swinging?
Yeah. And then those 90-minute sessions with Coach Jay, man.
Brutal.
Be like, oh yeah, there it is, man. I put in the work. Yeah. So the game's easy, man. That's the thing. The game is easy.
Yeah.
The game is easy.
If you can do my training, like I said, I have high school kids come out and they play football and they play tackle, and they're like, these sessions out here are nowhere near what we do at football practice. And one of the parents said to me, they're like, man, if you can do this, you can do anything. And so, like I said, we beat the crap out of these kids.
Yeah.
Like, they get pushed. I mean, they get worked, but they love it.
Yeah.
They love the challenge. They love it because they're stuck at home in front of a computer. You know, they get to get out, socialize, hang out with other kids. They get to let everything out, you know, and be alive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's beautiful, you know. They get to be alive. So, yeah.
Yeah. You push yourself and you think you're going to break. And then when you make it out the other side, you almost feel reborn.
You do. Yeah, it's amazing. You know, like I said, looking at these kids at the end of every session, when I make them scream hard work, they're like, man, I did it. And I make it echo through the park. I'm like, if you guys say it loud enough, make it echo through the park, you guys can leave. And they say it so loud. And they're proud and they're happy. They're like, man, I did that. I did it, you know, and they feel accomplished. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, man. I like to hear some stories from the parents on how maybe, you know, the kid has really, you know, changed.
Oh man, I get it all the time. Like, parents are always like, man, my kid, she just competed and she ran track in high school, and she just competed against Westwood and Dobson at a meet, and she's a freshman. She beat everybody, you know, and it's just like, it's good stuff just to hear, like, you know, all these teams that are like, they win championships, and everybody's like, oh, I have one kid, he like rides BMX, and he's like killing everybody now. And I'm like, he's just like, the only thing we've changed is coming out here training with you. And now everybody's like scared of my kid. You know, I'm like, dang, that's awesome. I'm glad everybody's scared of your kid now.
Hell yeah.
Like he's a dog. He's a dog. He's a certified killer now. Like, he's just been out here so long, like for the past year, while everybody's sitting at home playing video games, eating like Twinkies and playing Fortnite. And these kids are out here like training their butts off.
Yeah, becoming certified savages, man.
They're savages, man. That's what it is. They're savages. They're all savages now.
Composed savages.
They're composed. They're crazy. They're animals, you know. They're tough kids. So you got it. That's what I mean. You got to build warriors.
Yeah.
It's all about building warriors.
They have a warrior mindset, man.
Exactly.
You know, it's the saying where it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a garden in a warrior. It's like, you should train to be the baddest motherfucker you can be.
That's what it's all about.
But then, you know, you don't utilize it until the time comes. You don't go around bullying people and all that shit, man.
No, I talked to some kid the other day. He came up to me. He's like, man, I got in a fight at school. I'm like, no. You avoid conflict if all possible.
Yeah.
I said, you try to be, this is what you do. You said, you don't fight the kid. You ask him politely. You said, now, can you please stop? And then if he doesn't, tell him, like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to resolve it by speaking with the teacher here. You know what I mean? And then you go speak with the teacher. And then if you have a conflict, then you solve it. I'm like, being tough isn't being a bully, man.
Yeah.
It's just being respectful, being polite. Like, you know, like, you got to be proud. Like, you're not like karate, you know, or all those.
A martial art,
yeah. They don't teach kids to go beat everybody. It was self-defense.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean.
The first rule of self-defense is to get yourself out of the situation.
Exactly. Like, be respectful.
Walk away.
Yeah, you don't have to be a jerk or be tough. Just, you know.
Because you never know. You might be putting a bully in his place. Next thing you know, you really hurt him. And deserving or not, man, now you're in trouble.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You're in trouble not only just, you know, with the school, but, you know, maybe you really clocked this kid, man. Fell over, hit his head on the concrete. Next thing you know, he's got a brain bleed. Like, that's all the shit you got to think about, man, unfortunately. Yeah. You know, as much as some kids kids and adults, man, need to be put in, you know, in their place. That's the realness of the life that we live, where it's like, these are some consequences, which is where I've kind of, a lot of my thinking has been lately as I get older, like, man, no matter how noble, how good your intentions are, how right the decision is for your actions, there's always your intended consequences, which is, hey, this is what I intended to happen. But there's always unintended consequences and reactions. Like the Good Samaritan law is an example, man. You go out, somebody's in an accident or somebody's in danger. You go with all the right intentions to intervene and help them out and save their life, and you complicate things. It's like your intentions were well, you know, placed, but there's still your intended consequences, what you meant to happen, and then your unintended, which is what, can happen or did happen, or just the bad side of it. Like, there's always gonna be unintended consequences that might not fall in your favor, no matter how good the decision is, man. And so, like, you have to weigh those options. And a lot of times, life calls for you to weigh those options in a split second. And we ain't gonna get that right a lot of the time, man. Nah, we're gonna do a lot of apologizing.
Yeah. Well, nobody's perfect.
Nobody is perfect.
You do the best you can.
In the world we're living in right now, where everybody's expected to be perfect.
Man, tell me about it.
You can't.
Like, you can't do anything wrong. And it's hard when there's a spotlight on you.
There's a spotlight on you, and everybody has a megaphone because everybody has a social media account that can reach thousands to millions of people.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize is that people change. People can have bad days. People can have bad moments, really bad moments, man. Bad. Yeah. But we can be shown the light, where we might have messed up. Give us the opportunity to apologize and let us grow from that situation.
Right.
Like that whole saying, like, punch a Nazi.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, that's very bad. Very bad ideology. Very flawed. But then you hear the story of that black blues jazz musician that has converted 200 KKK members just from talking to them, being their friend, conversing with them, showing them love. And that's it's like, you think, my kind is a certain way. And it's like, I'm going to prove you wrong. And he's converted at least 150, if not 200.
Wow, I've never heard of that. That's amazing.
Dude, he's a much better individual than I can ever hope to be. But yeah, he's done that because, your knee-jerk reaction is to put this asshole in their place.
Exactly.
But you have to rise above it, man.
Be accepting.
And be accepting that they just have the wrong ideas at this moment, and they can learn the right ones.
Yeah. Always be accepting of everyone. That's one thing I've learned. Just be open-minded and be loving to everyone.
Yeah, you don't understand what people are going through on a day-to-day, man.
You don't. You just got to be compassionate and considerate of everyone's feelings.
And that's the hardest thing to do,
It's not. Once you learn it, though, like I said, if you know that you've had tough days, everyone else has tough days too.
Yeah, man.
Just got to be understanding and forgiving of everyone, and be compassionate and considerate and empathetic of everyone's feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and what I'm gaining lately from the conversations with my wife is acknowledging the person's feelings in that moment.
Yeah.
And being understanding of those, and just say, hey, because our first reaction as people is to defend our actions, our thoughts, all that. Well, no, this, and this. And then people they start to defend why they felt how they felt. So it just becomes this whole like game of football, where everybody's, defending
self-defense.
Yeah. So in that moment, acknowledge the person's feelings and say, you know what? You're right. I would feel exactly the same way you do, from what you've told me. But then you can be like, but listen, it was my intentions. Look at it from this point of view. Look at it from here. But in that moment, acknowledging the person's feelings and opinions in that moment, be like, you know what? I would feel the same way. I would feel the same way. But check this out. Did you consider this? Did you see this? And then at that point, now people have the full information. Maybe they can change it. Maybe, hey, they just feel so strongly about what just happened. And maybe they'll feel that strongly until they go home and, they have the time to kind of think about it on their own, man. Hey, what if I was in that person's shoes? What would have happened? What would I have done? How would I feel?
Yeah.
It's allowing ourselves to, one of the hardest things is removing ourselves from the situation, seeing it from the way that we see it, or how we perceive everything, and trying to see it from another point of view.
Right.
That's why it helps to be so diverse in who you engage with.
Yeah. I mean,
which you see a lot, man. I mean, there's tons of kids out there from all kinds of cultures,
tons,
races, and this is ages, bro. I mean, training a 7-year-old, training a 13-year-old, that's a big gap, man.
It's a big gap.
That's a big gap. Those are two completely different minds.
Yeah. I mean, you get some kids that are really advanced, and then you get in the same groups, you get some kids that really struggle, man.
Yeah,
it's hard. You know, it's tough to split them up and work with everyone and keep everyone on the same page. But
brother, you can almost write a book. I give it a couple more years, 3 more years, and you can write a book on how to train kids from 7 to 14, man.
It's older than that, though. I get kids way older than that. I get adults in there now.
You don't get kids older than that. You get young men and women.
I know, right? Like, these kids are grown. But, yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah, I mean, you get a lot. It's a wide range of, of kids with different abilities, and you just try to cater to everyone and keep everyone engaged. And it's tough, man. But you got to be open-minded to, not everyone has the same gifts,
Yeah.
But everyone's still there to push themselves to be better, and have fun, have a good time, and just be the best they can be. So, and just be understanding of that, and that's important. So,
do you have a few specific moments of kids where you were just like, whoa, like as far as how they grew, how they became, how they flourished into becoming the person that they were, man?
Yeah, let me think of something specific. I just like. Yeah, I mean, all the kids, like I said, they work so hard. It's like I said, we take measurements to the beginning, measurements to the end, and it's really like when they first come in, and they're like the way they improve is incredible. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I mean, just seeing the kids develop and like just like. A lot of the kids, they cry. It hurts. It's painful. But, they if like I said, if you could get through this, you can get through anything. So,
yeah.
But, they and just seeing their faces when they accomplish things, and they're like, dang, I did that. I accomplished it. I did it. I made it. It's a good feeling to see them.
You're riding that high all the way home, man.
They do, they do. They're happy. They. It's funny because they come up to me afterwards like, man, thanks, good work, fist bump, and they're all happy, Yeah, it's good stuff, man. So
it's real good. And your middle child, he still hits your workouts a lot? So
he's struggling. He's like I said, he's taking the opposite.
Yeah.
He's gained a lot of weight. Yeah. He's not on sports anymore. He's taken the opposite. He's been stuck at home doing online.
Yeah.
He's gained a lot of weight, and I can't get him. I'm going to get him eventually, though. He's 11. He's going to hit that curve where he's going to turn 12, 13. Mm-hmm. He's going to be like, dang, okay, wait a minute. I'm becoming a man now. Maybe I need to, change things up here. But, he's taken, I've seen it from both sides. Like, I've seen my younger son just stick with it and flourish. I've seen my older son, like, through this quarantine, just struggle a lot. Like, and he's just dealing with depression. And, like, seeing him deal with that, I can only imagine how many kids out there are actually dealing with this right now.
Yeah.
Like dealing with this. Like, they don't know how to socialize. Like, he won't even come out there and, like, talk with other kids anymore. He walks around with his head down. And it's seeing like my youngest son go out there and be the freak athlete is awesome. But then seeing kids like my youngest son who doesn't have all that natural athleticism.
Your middle child.
Yeah. My oldest son. Yeah. And it's like seeing like, dang, he really needs this.
Yeah.
Like he needs to like get up, man, and go and fight. And he resisted. But when he gets out there and he's done, he feels accomplished and he feels better about himself and it raises his self-esteem. Mm-hmm. And it's huge, it's huge. But it's not just like, it's therapy.
Yeah.
It's therapy for some of these kids, So some of them, they need it. Some of them need it, whether it's, even if it's for athleticism, some of them just need it because they just need to be be active, be healthy, and break that rut, that mental block where they just feel inadequate, and they just feel, a lot of these kids, they're hurting. A lot of these kids out here right now are hurting. Yeah,
a lot of kids, and then they become adults that are hurting, you know, and it's the flow
that's what I always used to say. I know this sounds wrong, but I was like, man, you bring a kid to me, I'll turn him into an asshole. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I mean. I'll turn them into a tough kid.
Yeah.
And tough kids to become tough adults. They got to be resilient. They got to be tough. They got to be able to fight through the fight. Not how hard you get hit, it's how hard you could get hit and keep going.
Yeah.
And get up and keep going. And get up and keep going. And that's what I try to teach them. I'm like, stop blaming the world for your problems. Get up and just fight, man. And just keep swinging. And just be positive and be happy. And be energetic and be passionate.
Yeah, and be that for other people.
Be that, man, and give that energy to the world. You give that energy to the world, it'll come right back to you. And so just teaching, putting these kids on the right path, and putting them just like, no, turn this way, go, and that's what it is. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, guiding the kids.
Guidance.
Yeah, the guidance of which way to put your focus in that moment.
Yeah,
because we're being dragged every other way, man.
Yeah,
movies, TV, social media apps.
It's crazy, shit, man. How much influence these kids get now from all these different directions. So.
Yeah, I can only imagine trying to grow up and navigate that, as a kid.
Dude, man, it's tough. It's brutal.
Yeah, man. All you see is these lives online. Living it up. Showing the best sides of it, and it's like, why am my life like that? And then next thing you know, it's like.
Standards are high. Yeah. The standards are high. So
it's good to see what's possible, man.
Yeah.
And it's possible through hard work.
Yeah, it's hard work, man. That's all it is. Like I said, you don't got to be the best ever. You just got to be the best you can be. That's all it is.
At the end of the day, that's what's going to make you feel the most it's going to give you the most gratification, man.
Just do the best you can.
Yeah, I did the best I can. I came out.
Be happy, be positive, and never give up.
Mm-hmm.
And just keep it churning.
Yeah.
So
you're teaching these kids beautiful things, man.
Yeah. It's like I said, it needs to be done. So I'll do it.
So let's get you on a meditation schedule, Jay.
Oh man, no, I can't meditate. I can't sit still. You can't get me sitting still. I don't sit still.
So you're telling me that's the hardest thing right now.
I don't sit still. I don't know how to sit still.
We got to learn this.
I'm sitting here right now, and I'm like, it feels like it's been like 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking days here. Like, I'm ready to get up and start throwing shit. Like, I'm starting to lose it right now. Like, I got to get these headphones off and start moving.
We need to clear that mind of yours, Jay.
Man, I can't sit still. Like, I'm always thinking, what can I do next? What can I do next? What can I do next? What's next? What's next? What's next? Like, you always have to keep working. You can't sit still. You can't sit still. It's the back against the wall, But my back's been against the wall. So
here's the thing, Jay.
No, there's no sitting still. There's no convincing me otherwise. I'm going. I'm not going to sit still. I'm not going to stop moving. There's no such thing as meditation.
We rest, right?
I don't rest. No, I go.
We rest.
No.
So evolutionarily,
well, that's the thing is when everyone else rests, I go, and that's how I get ahead. So they can rest. They can find excuses to chill, relax, and go on vacations and meditate and do that stuff. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna sit still. I'm gonna go.
But here's the thing: every being has a resting period.
Right? I'll sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Sleep. I'm not saying resting like slack off, sit on the couch, watch freaking Grey's Anatomy or anything like that, right? I'm saying rest. Rest. We sleep.
Yeah.
Why would we evolve to be asleep for a third of the day? 8 hours, right, is what it's recommended, right? Yeah. 8 hours a day.
I sleep.
If it's not the most important thing that we would do. Why, evolutionarily speaking, has that been such a big part of our, world, our day-to-day, our life? If it's not... One of the most important aspects of it is to get adequate rest and be well rested.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it that way, you're like, damn, what am I doing myself a disservice?
No. No, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he said there's no such thing as overtraining. It's just under eating and under sleeping. So
I would say no overtraining as long as your form
you go
is looking good. And I know you're big on form. So as long as your form is good, keep executing. Right. Once you start to overextend yourself, hey, dude, you got to really ride back.
Nah, just go. Just go. You don't think, you just go.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, man.
It's mind over matter.
These kids and these parents appreciate you.
Let your body fail before you let your mind fail. There's a lot of times your body could push through so much more than what you're capable of.
Okay.
It's your mind that says
huge.
stop.
Yes.
And that's huge.
That's a David Goggins quote.
Is it?
Most people will quit at 40% of their potential.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. You just go.
Yeah.
Just fight, man. Don't ever stop fighting. Don't stop until you physically can't move. That's how I feel. So there's no reason to sit still. Just go.
Well, I would tell you to sit still for 5 minutes, Jay, and just focus on your breathing.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. That's why I said 5 minutes. I didn't say anything longer than that for you is going to be hard. I would say start with 5 minutes. Just focus on your breathing. Sit still. And I'm not telling you not to think about anything.
Oh, that's impossible.
Acknowledge the thought.
I'll fall asleep if I do that.
That's beautiful. That's the best meditation right there, man. That's the best meditation.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I should take you to a sleep deprivation tank or a sensory deprivation tank. The float tanks?
I've never heard of it.
Whoa, of course you haven't because you go.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Sensory deprivation tank is a big tank about the size of this here, like from the table here. It's filled with water, about 18 inches, and then it's filled with a ton of Epsom salt. So the salt balance in it is very high, so you float naturally in it.
Oh, wow.
You float in there. And it's heated up to about 98 degrees, which is our core temperature. And you close the lid. So it's dark in there. It's quiet, right? So it's what's the word I'm looking for? There's no sound in there. It's soundproof as well. And you just be. And it feels like you're just floating through space.
That sounds stressful. That sounds stressful.
And that's the thing, man. It is.
It sounds stressful.
It is.
Man. Like,
because we're not used to that. We're used to so much information coming at us and always doing something. But I'll tell you what, man, you will feel so refreshed and ready to. And you're going to come out of there, and Jay, and be like, I just fucking spent an hour in there not doing shit.
No.
And you're like, I'm going to need to go and make up for this. And you're going to have the energy for that, and you're going to be refreshed because you gave yourself a quick break.
I'm getting a headache thinking about it.
I love it.
I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah.
Sounds scary.
It is scary,
like,
man.
You lose control, like letting go. That sounds hard. That sounds like a hard thing to do. Man.
It's hard for a ton of people, man.
To let go and relax.
Yeah. To let go. It is. And you're not letting go and like just being like, fuck it. You're letting go for a moment, for a precise moment, a well-intended moment to be able to grow in that hour that you're floating there, or that 5 minutes that you're meditating. You just become accepting of what is, and you just be for a moment, and then once you're out of it, all right, let's go fuck some shit up. You know what I'm saying?
I like that part.
Yeah.
But without the meditation. Let's go fuck shit up without meditating.
You got to, though. You got to be a master. You got to be a master of everything. You have to, not be a master of everything. You have to be well educated and well versed in a lot of different aspects to be good at any one of them.
Yeah.
The Japanese samurai that, was a calligrapher and painter. He's like, you have to master these other elements to be a good samurai.
I never had a teacher. That's what I wish I had. Now, my best friend in the world, KB, he's like that for me,
Yeah.
I have to call him for everything. He points me, like I'm a ball of energy.
Yeah.
And he just takes me, and he's like, Jay, calm down. Turn. Now go. And he just turns me where I'm supposed to go, and I just go off like the Tasmanian devil. He's like, go.
Yeah.
But if I don't have him pointing me in the right direction, I'll be everywhere. So yeah, like I said, I understand. I get that. Like I'd be, I'd be willing to learn. Like, you never stop learning. So I want to learn more.
Well, once you stop learning, you begin to die.
Yeah.
You begin to die as a person, mentally, and just your physical being starts to go, man. Yeah. Your physical being. I mean, that is a huge element in longevity. You keep learning, you keep the juices flowing in your brain. And if you learn a physical activity, even better. You're learning to stay strong, to stay active, to stay fit. But learning is the key. Once you stop learning, man, what's left, dude? What's left?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right. No, I've come a long way. Like I said, just being here in this.
To be still standing, man. I know it, man.
Yeah. You got to have a lot of fight in you, so.
And like I said, these kids and these parents are thankful for you having that fight, man.
Yeah.
How many times have you thought about quitting?
Every day.
Every day.
Not a day that goes by where I'm like, man, this is hard. I don't want to do it. But every day, you got somebody, even if it's one person, depending on you to be there.
Yeah, because what eats at you more? Eating at
letting
you.
Letting somebody down.
Yeah.
Not and disappointing someone. You want everyone. You don't want to let anybody down.
Which is a hard feat.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, extremely hard feat that is unattainable, but it's noble for someone to try and execute. But just know that, some people can't be reached in that moment.
Yeah.
In that moment, in that way.
But you never give up.
Yeah.
I'll never give up.
Yeah. And I know that, man. I know you're dying to get your oldest son back out there.
I'll get him right. It's just a matter of time. Sometimes
it's a matter of time and a matter of approach.
He'll come to me sooner or later.
You gotta attack the different angles.
I'll be patient. I'll let him come to me. And when he comes to me, I'll fix him.
Yeah.
I'll get him right back on track. It's not going to be a problem. So I'm not going to give up. I know he won't, so.
Well, he's got you inside of him, so.
Yeah.
And, the kids naturally, they're going to rebel. Mm-hmm. They're going to go against the grain of what their parents did with this, what they were raised. Naturally, they want to become their own person. Because maybe they feel that, following in their parents' footsteps, I'm not myself then. I'm just an extension of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely that you got to combat. So I would say, with any kid, we can't look at ourselves like, oh, we failed them. Right. In a sense. We just need to be patient and let them, and help them understand, where we're coming from and that we're only wanting the best for them. And it's,
right.
Yeah, bro. I mean, raising two kids myself, it's like, no, man. It's like, how do you think that that's what I meant? Or, man, I didn't realize that this is how you viewed what I was doing or, what I said. It's like, yeah, it's a new element, man.
Right.
It's a new element. And kids are so different, man. My two kids are drastically different, and we raised them exactly the same. Man. So it's like you can be in the same household, same rules, just different people, different personalities, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree.
What else you got to say, Jay?
Oh, man. I don't have a whole lot to say here. I'm just, making up as we go, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are your training locations now?
Oh, I'll keep it as close to home as possible with all this equipment.
Yeah.
It's hard to get it everywhere. There's so much stuff. And like I said, just to provide the best training possible, it's better if people just come closer to me.
So, because you're doing it here, right?
Yeah, I'd love to get a huge facility. And, that's something we're just, that's the plan. The thing is I just want to make this thing big enough for my best friend, KB. I just want to make it big enough for it's something he can do all the time, too.
Wow.
Once I get it that big. Because he's the only reason I started doing it. He helped me. You know, he's not the reason I started doing it, but he's
why you kept with it too.
Yeah, and so like I said, I've kind of brought him back in. I just want it big enough where that's something that's all he's got to do. So that's the reason why I'm keep trying to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, a little bit bigger.
So what kind of facility we need to be looking at, there, Jay?
I need some space.
We talking about 5,500 square feet?
I need a lot of
12,000 square feet.
I need something big, man. You know, because I said, I want it to be everything. Like the space we use now is huge, man. We use this giant field, and it'd be great to have a place that big, you know, where we can fit everybody in and accommodate everyone and do all the training we need to do. So, like, yeah, it'd be great to have, like, I'll be able to take all the racks in there, have a weight area, have a sand pit over here, have a turf area over here, you know, and just, like, I would love to have a giant, huge facility. But like I said, that's something we got to work on.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just a goal, something to work towards. So, and be able to provide that for all the kids, because in Arizona it gets hot in the summers.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm thinking is like the Warner Training Center, Warner Sports Complex, Tempe Sports Complex down there.
Oh yeah.
Tempe Sports Complex there,
huge
on Warner, and then the ASU one right there off of Rule.
Oh yeah. Something like that would be awesome. Yeah. You know, the kids would love coming in there and stuff like that. But I mean, who knows? I don't know where this thing's going. You know, I'm just gonna go with it, and wherever it takes me, it goes. So.
Well, it's only getting bigger.
Yeah, it is. It's getting huge. So.
Yeah. So some of your sessions are right here at the park, right here. That's off of Val Vista, between Baseline and Guad.
Yeah.
And then you said you do something at Power Ranch?
I go down to Power Ranch. Like I said, I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
I've been out to Mesa. I've been to Chandler. I go to houses and do sessions at people's houses, and I go everywhere, man. Anywhere, you know, on request that I try to accommodate it. But like I said, I try to keep it as close to home as possible, because there's just so much equipment now.
So do people just show up right now? Like if somebody's interested, do they have to go to the website?
They go on my website. And like I said, they go on the website and they sign up for 5 weeks. You know, and they pay an extremely low price. Mm-hmm. But when I have hundreds and hundreds of kids signing up, it makes it easy for me to keep the prices that low.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, man, you need to raise these prices. It's worth double or triple than this. But, you know, people can't afford that. And that's why, like I said, I've always kept it, you know, affordable. Because I always like, man, will my son be able to afford it if it was more expensive? No.
Yeah, single dad.
Yeah, like who can afford this? You know, so and like most of these kids, they can't. Like some of these, like I said, we started a thing where we started collecting cleats and giving them out to kids. They don't have cleats, so they could have, like, you know, like I ask kids right off the bat, I'm like, do you not have shoes? Have the right cleats? And if they say no, I'll go buy them some. Like, I'll go buy them out of my own pocket. And it probably cost me more to buy them the cleats than it did for them to come train. But I don't care. Like, I don't care about the money. I'll do it to get these kids something to make them, they feel good about themselves, you know? Like, it ain't even like everybody always approaches me like, man, you can make this much, you can make that much. And I'm like, man, whatever. It ain't even about that, you know? Because at the end of the day, man, you know, it's just about what you can give, not what you can get. And, yeah, just, you know. Damn. Yeah. It's tough.
Dude. It is tough. And I mean, could it be easier if you were charging more? Maybe.
But you know, but kids couldn't get in there.
Yeah, man. And that's the beauty, man. Man, my hat's off to you, man.
But I make enough to be able to take care of my family. Like I said, I bought my house when the market crashed 10 years ago. I owe nothing on it. Now it's worth like $300,000-$400,000. I don't owe anything. I pay off my cars. I don't have bills. So I've been blessed with this opportunity to not have any bills, and I can provide a service to help as many people as I can. I feel like that's what I'm here for now at this point. Dude. Like, you know, what I got left.
That's my shirt, dude.
Your purpose, yeah. I just feel like that's, I mean,
it's your purpose.
Without getting too deep into it, I was about a year ago. I was just laying here. You know, I had everything was shut down. My kids were gone for 2 months straight. I didn't get to see them, and I was just like, man, I was like, God, get me out of here. I don't want to be alive. Get me out of this place. I don't want to be alive. I don't want to be here anymore. I said, if you want me here, then give me a reason to keep going. If not, get me out of here. So all of a sudden, I just started the program back up, and it hasn't stopped since. I haven't had a day off since, really. So I feel like that's my purpose. So it's to provide this to keep, keep kids going, because I know what it feels like to want to give up.
Yeah.
And so to be able to help someone, it just feels like they have no hope.
Yeah, being that little bit of light, man.
Yeah, it's bigger than train.
That's what these kids gave you.
Yeah, they gave me a reason to keep going, so I got to give it back to them. So I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, that's all the motivation required right there, man. Shit.
Yeah, that's it. So I don't care. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna go kill myself. Like all day today, like I kill myself. I come home, I'm like ready to die. I don't have a life. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go dedicate my whole day to just working with all these kids for free, and then I'm gonna go out to drive all the way from Phoenix all the way from Scottsdale with all these kids that got all this money that are loaded. And I'm gonna drive all the way out to Power Ranch to maybe work with a handful of kids that are gonna drop in. But they're depending on me to be there, and I gotta be there for them.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be there for them. So like I could cancel it, but no, I mean I gotta be there, even if it's just like a handful. I gotta be there for them. And I feel like that's a responsibility that I feel like that's my purpose, is to just to be there. So I gotta go. So I'm out here. I don't like. Yeah, just go. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because the regret of not going, is gonna hurt worse than just putting yourself through that to do it.
Yeah, you just gotta go. But you tell these kids to not give up, so you can't like just tell them not to do it, not do it yourself. So you just gotta give them. You gotta be there for them. So you don't want to let anybody down. So. But it's a blessing to be able to have that privilege, to be able to be.
To be that for somebody. Yeah, it is, man.
That's huge.
Not to take away from it being hard.
Yeah.
And being some of the toughest, things you can put yourself through, but the reward, I can see that, man. That's why you're go. You're beating yourself up nonstop because the reward, the reward of seeing these kids, accomplishing something,
yeah. Make them tough. Make them tough, because they're gonna need it. They're gonna need it in this life. Yeah. They're gonna need it. They're gonna need it bad, especially nowadays. They gotta be tough, man. They gotta be resilient. So they gotta have that dog in them. They gotta be a fighter.
And man, if anybody's gonna bring it out of them, man, it's you, baby.
Yeah, Yeah, I am them. I was them. I know what it feels like. So
yeah.
So I just wish somebody was there for me when I was their age to give me this. So I feel like that's what I can give back to them. So, I wish I had somebody there to pick me up and do this stuff for me. So I know what it feels like to not have.
Yeah.
So I give it.
Yeah, so going out to buy a pair of cleats ain't shit.
Yeah, no. I wish somebody was there to play catch with me,
Yeah.
Somebody to provide me with all this stuff. And I just think about, man, what can make their lives better.
Yeah. These little things, It's what you do with them. They're just objects.
Yeah.
But it's what you're using them for.
Yeah. Right.
It's the connection.
Yeah.
It's a connection with another individual, somebody that has your best interest, somebody that wants to pull the best out of you.
Yeah.
Or somebody that just wants to, hey, I just want to be with you right now in this moment, share our presence, give each other company, push each other.
Yeah.
It's huge, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's why this quarantine was freaking hard on.
It was hard on everybody. Man. It was hard on everybody. It's hard on everybody, man. It was tough.
Yeah, hopefully we don't take for granted the moments that we have to be able to, share our presence with other people.
Right.
Like we used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, dude, it's been a deep podcast. I love it, dude.
Yeah. But, let's focus on the positive. That's what we do.
We always do.
You got to get back up and pick it up, focus on the positive. So,
yeah.
Like I said, tomorrow's a new day. I'm excited to be able to go out there and impact hundreds of lives. Who gets to say that? So I got to go to bed happy and smile. I wake up with a smile because I know, like, man, this is a blessing.
Yeah.
Like, I get to work with, and there's somebody I'm going to meet tomorrow. I've never met him, but I'm going to push him.
Yeah.
To feel like that guy. I'm going to give him energy.
Yeah, let's go.
Give people positive energy, man. You put that into the world, man, it makes the world a better place.
Extremely.
So, yeah. And that's what it's all about. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I look forward to every day like that. I'm looking for, like, every day is a challenge, but every day,
Every day you're going to go touch tons of lives that you otherwise wouldn't have.
Yeah.
If you weren't in this position.
Right. Yeah. So it's a blessing, man. I mean, sometimes I don't even see it myself because I'm so focused on the task at hand, but yeah.
Yeah. Because it is a task, man. It's a beautiful thing you're doing, but at the end of the day, dude, it's work. It's a task.
Dude, it's, like I said, 80, 90 hours a week. Like, I'm dedicated. Like, I don't, like, hundreds and hundreds of sheets of papers and notes, and, like, I study and study and study and study and study, and it's a dedication. Like, it's a sacrifice to make it, premier and top of the line and quality product, So it's to be, that's what it takes. Like that Kobe Bryant, man, used to have a workout, a 666 workout. You can spend 6 hours a day, 6 hours a week. And, like, that's all he did was just work, man. But that's what it takes if you're going to be decent, or else you're going to be average. And it sucks, but
people need to hear that part, because you said 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, like, and then you said that's what it takes to be decent.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
not to be great. No. And then just to be decent.
Yeah, you gotta have that work ethic, that drive. If you don't have it, then don't do it. Get out the way. Everybody wants to be like. Everybody wants to do, like, oh man, I want to run this, or I want to do that. No, you don't, man.
You ain't willing to put in the work.
You don't want to work that hard.
Not just the work, but the hours.
You don't want to put in the hours. You don't want to put in the effort, man. You don't want that.
No.
Go clock in, clock out, man. You don't want to put in that effort, man. It ain't as fun as you think. It ain't as luxurious as you think it is. It's a lot of weight, a lot of responsibility. So you gotta, like, yeah. It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy, but it's worth it. So it's a privilege to be able to have that weight, that burden. So that's how you got to look at it, and be thankful that you have that burden.
Yeah.
So.
Shit, man. I love it.
Yeah, this is deeper than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to talk about, like, force absorption and plyometrics and, like, different agility and sprint mechanics and, like, strength work. And, like, I thought we were going to get all technical and fancy and, like, say a bunch of big fancy training words and shit. But we just went and got really deep with it. But this is more like, psychological, physiological, or excuse me, this is like more like a philosophy and stuff. Like, this is crazy. So.
I'm your therapist, Jay.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the couch right now with a therapist, So,
well, I think people are gonna appreciate this.
It was real.
The rawness, man. That's it.
It was raw.
People, I think people acknowledge, and they search for that, because there's so many people out there. There's so much content out there that's not real. That's not raw.
Well, I was raw. I said raw, but I didn't mean to go there. But it is. So
no,
it is what it is.
Guys, please seek out Jay's workouts, man. Join it. Hit his website. Give him your website, my man.
Oh man, it's the Mindset Athlete. The Facebook page is Mindset Athletics. On Instagram, it's the Mindset Athlete. And like I said, I post photos every day of all the sessions. Every day.
Beautiful, man. I love seeing this, man. Come on, dude. I love seeing that's fuel.
I spend hours on top of that going through and looking at, I try to get all the pictures of all the kids, like, doing some crazy cool action shots. Like, I go through, set up the tripod. I'm like, man, that looks awesome. Like, seeing the kids do like accomplish different things, and like I post photos for all the kids to go back and see. I got to get more advanced with it though. I got to get videos, and I gotta step it up. But like, I mean, like there's always room for improvement. But yeah, it's fun stuff, man. It's cool. So I love going through it afterwards and like screenshot and everything, and be like, man, oh, look at that kid, he killed that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fuel, man, to see these kids out there putting
like
in this
grinding.
work,
You see the smiles in their faces, like when they're competing, and all the work they're putting in. It's like, dang, like they're really out there getting it in. Yeah. So it's exciting, man. So it's fun. It's motivating seeing it. So
yeah, see this energy, guys. Look him up. Hit up his website. Sign up for the classes. You won't regret it. You won't regret it, man. Yeah, get your kids involved.
Yeah, right.
Get them out the house.
Right.
Get them away from the tablets.
Exactly.
You know. Hey, what else you want to tell these people, man? Let's send them home with a good message.
Oh, nothing, man. Just stay positive, man. Be happy, be thankful, be grateful, and just be appreciative of everything. Always look at the positive things in life. Always give out that positive energy. Always treat people with the respect you want to be treated with, and just be optimistic, man. Like don't focus on negative. Like always focus on the positive and be a happy person, and like give that energy, man, and you'll get it back. And just be grateful that you have life and you get to experience that, and just it's a gift. So that's just always keep a smile on your face, even on the bad days. Keep smiling. You know, that's all you can do. Just keep smiling.
Oh yeah.
So that's how I feel about life, man. Just never stop smiling. That's why I never stop grinding. So just I'm happy to be alive, happy to have the opportunity. So.
Perfect.
Yeah, fuck meditation. Let's go. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's go get a workout in now.
Beautiful,
I'm ready
man.
to live life, man. So
Jay, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on, man. It's been good.
All right, stuff. Guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you soon, all right?
Yeah.
Peace.
Later. Oh, man. Is that all right?
That was beautiful.